reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
How you doing over there, Q?
Between technical difficulties and slowly dying of heat stroke, I think I'm all right.
It seems like every year with this cast, we at least have one of us losing heat.
It's really weird how that happens.
Yeah, living in the desert, it's bound to happen. Got anything special to
And this
drink?
time,
Something cool?
I have a landlord that doesn't want to do anything about it. I mean, I got water, and then I do have a cup of coffee, but mainly the water.
I got an ice cold Starry and a ice cold Gatorade Zero. I have to slim down on sugar. Oh, the Starry is also 0 sugar. I'm slimming down on sugars hella bad. I'm feeling better for it, but
That's good.
I miss my sugars, man. Aww.
Take my sugars away.
Yeah, right. I watched a few things because I've been on this like very long Minecraft hike with mods. So I was like, while I'm doing this, I'll watch something. So I finally sat down and said, fine, I will watch the 8 episodes of Devil May Cry. And lo and behold, it was okay. It hit all the notes right. It told a story. It had Dante being a boisterous devil. It had a lot of really good music, a lot of throwback music, and I was like, okay, this is the mood. However, the very last episode made me go, why couldn't we have more? Why did it have to stop where it stopped? I get why, budget and all that, but I feel like it hit a brick wall and then teased the next season. They are probably going to be aiming for another season from the way it ended, but not much of a cliffhanger. I give it a stern 9 out of 10.
I have not watched it. I've also not played any of the games, so.
It is very loose connection. It is DMC 1 and 2, but in storytelling form, with a few little things kind of changed up. The White Rabbit is actually a really good villain. I actually really appreciate them as a villain. Now thinking about it, probably one of the best villains I've seen in a TV show in a short time. So I will give them that. The villainy of that character has their bounds, has their opulence, but otherwise, 9 out of 10. Good music, good visuals. Just sucks on where they ended it. But then I also saw something a little more psychedelic, the Midnight Gospel, where it is a individual, I believe an actual podcaster, is talking to, actually doing a live podcast with someone, and they're having an actual conversation, but with visuals on screen that are a little surreal or very different. I went into this with just a recommendation from someone that said, if you're wanting a podcast, but also some, something to look at here. And they go in depth with how drugs are perceived and how they can actually, what they can do to either help or harm the body. And then it goes deeper into what is death? What is death to you? And they actually have a caricature of death saying, well, when death happens, doesn't matter because you are no longer a part of it. It is how it affects.
I know nothing about this. I've never heard of it. Yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess that this is on HBO Max.
No, this is Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
This art style screams current Warner Brothers.
It does, but no, this is Netflix.
Interesting.
And by the 8th episode does hit a bit of a weird one because it is the outside actor talking to their actual mother about where they come from and what they think. And their mother has a high stage, I believe it is stage 4 a type of bone cancer, breast cancer, and she was told that she only had 6 months to live, and she's on year 4, and says, "I have no plans of stopping, just as long as it doesn't stop me." And
Interesting.
so the main character and their actual mother are sharing an actual conversation about how did me growing up change you, or how did you want to see me? And she was like, well, I can't answer that. You pretty much build yourself. You've always been into music. You've always been into talking with people. I sure you're talking with me right now, but there's nothing that I can do to really change how you are, how you perceive yourself. But if I disappear, you now have sorrow, loss. You now have an ache, a grief. And then he asks, well, what do I do? And she says, cry. That
This
is the
definitely
only
sounds like a show that has a lot of drug use involved.
Believe it or not, probably just the first 2 episodes. Then after that, it begins to go into more serious tones and actual impact. There's a few humorous bits and bobs. There's a couple places that got a chuckle out of me. But man, did the Midnight Gospel punch. As soon as I want to say episode 6 rolled around out of 8, it was impactful. It was telling me a lot of things that I was like, I never really thought of it like that. Now it had me stop doing my little Minecrafting thing, and I pulled it up on the full screen so that way I can give it more attention. Like I was building some big machine, and I just said, I'm gonna put this on pause. I want to listen to this. It was pretty dang good. This one I give a 10 on 10, best of this year. Like as far as what Netflix has thrown out. There's also another anime on Netflix called Moonrise. I watched 1 episode. The fighting is a little jarring because it goes very quickly, but hopefully we'll see where it goes from there. It's fine. I'll give you an in-depth review when I finish it. Have you been watching anything?
No. I had a very busy work week last week, and then that led into vacation time.
That's fair. That's fair. You
And
deserve a vacation.
I came right back into work. So like yesterday, I woke up, drove 4.5 hour, drove about 4 to 4.5 hours home, and then worked until sunset.
Gotcha. Okay, well, hopefully you just watch the first episode. That's all I would really want. It's mostly drug use and how drug interactions happen, but it's set in the podcaster is talking to the president of that world while a zombie invasion is happening, and it's all improv. It is all active improv with just cues that happen. And so you can hear, oh, hold on, let me handle this real quick, and then they fire a sniper rifle and then they go back into the conversation. It's odd but comfortable. I don't know. But quickly going through the 3 humble bundles that I have. First one is Return to Metroidvania, a bunch of really good Metroidvania games bundled up and helping out Cool Effect, which is give people the power and confidence to band together and reduce the carbon pollution that causes climate change. $14 gets you all 8 of these games. Grime Tinge of Terror, which I've played a little bit of. I need to go back to this one. This one was really fun. A kind of a Lost World style of Metroidvania, where you have to pull pieces off of your enemies and adapt them to yourself like a symbiotic individual. It's an interesting one. Berserk Boy, which I've only seen through this trailer, it's quiet you. It looks like a fun little arcadey style Metroidvania. Maybe a little Mega Man. Biogun, which gives me Hollow Knight meets I guess it's just kind of like a Hollow Knight-ish with a shotgun. Yeah, we'll say Hollow Knight with a shotgun. Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I used to like Shantae, so this one I might grab just for the Shantae bit. It's all over. You go under the sea, you go in the air, into the clouds. They want this one to be the biggest one, and it was apparently the biggest one. Islets.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Wait.
Hmm?
I don't. What? I don't think I know Shantae. Oh no, I do. Okay, yeah, the one with the stripper. Yeah.
Yeah, the belly dancer style strip. Yeah.
There's
Uh,
a point in one of the early games where you throw money at her while she's dancing on a table.
I'm unsure of that one, but I'll take your word for it.
They
This
say what they want. It is a stripper game.
sure. She all she wants is money. She's an individual who wants a lot of money, so that makes sense. Islets, which I have seen a lot of. This map is huge. It is, I believe, one of the biggest. Yeah, hold on. There we go. Let's show off how big this friggin' map is. It is large. They say it is bigger than Symphony of the Night, which I'm like, oof. Symphony of the Night in its own was very big, but the one major push I enjoy in these types of games are the different musics of the different biomes that you go through. So with 95% positive on Steam, this one might be one I hop into because I'm probably gonna get it just to get Grime on PC because I do not own this one on PC. So we'll see about that. Asterion, Tears of the Earth. Remember talking about Symphony of the Night? Well, this one looks very much like it. There we go, but with a bit more of a downgraded pixel art style. There are weapons to pick up, things to use, puzzles to complete that are a lot more different than Symphony of the Night. So this one might be on also in the playable list because Metroidvanias are probably one of my favorite genres. A Metroidvania but with Pokemon stylings. How would you like that? Where you can capture creatures and continue on your way.
Um, maybe. I guess I'd see more of how it works. I'm watching the
So
stream.
okay, here, I'll blow it up for you. So you can collect monsters, and each monster has their own individual abilities. And with those abilities, they can either cut trees, break through wood, or help defend you in specific ways. And much like Pokemon, they come out and you can do turn-based style battles. And
Okay, this is kind of interesting.
yeah, and then each one has their own upgrade perks where instead of doing just rock, they can then do actual mining or smelting, and they eat certain materials and dispense out the better materials. There's a whole slew of things that I've seen from this one a long time ago. This one's not a brand new game, but it was one that was on the eyes for a while. And lastly, Gato Roboto, a very old school looking,
This one
almost
pops up on Game Pass every now and then.
yeah, which is weird that it keeps leaving. But I have played a little bit of this one, and this one makes me want to play it on an OG Game Boy that can actually handle it. I feel like an OG Game Boy would be a little too rough to get these pixel sprites down because the original Game Boy only had a 36 by 36, 24 by 24, while this looks to be maybe 150 by 150, maybe. So I would want maybe a Game Boy Advance. Yeah, that would probably hold it just fine. But I would love to play this on an actual handheld console. But
Nintendo Switch, maybe?
Nintendo Switch would be nice. That would make it look a little bit more larger and more crisper. I'd be okay with that. But even still, $14 gets you all of these, which, as I said, not too bad. Now to talk about a game that I really fucking love. Neon Lights, and this one's all about cyberpunk worlds that have really good bits and bobs included in it. First game is a game that kind of has a bit of a history of negativity, but it seems to be doing a lot better now, called Anno Mutationigem. Mutationem? Yes. Ah,
Yeah, I got nothing.
yeah, that's fair. This one you're basically doing a life sim as an individual, whether you go out to a bar and try and get information or fight thugs in streets. The styling is perfect. I love this styling, but they don't have a lot of substance with the extra things such as the costumes or what have you. But you play as a cop that's just trying to get to the bottom of a mission should be the best words because I don't want to give away too much. I have seen a playthrough of this,
Okay.
and it seems fine, just very. It seems lacking for some odd reason. I can't exactly place my finger on it. Showgunners, a first-person shooter that, or is this the third person? Hang on. No, this is the third person, the one that plays similar to XCOM. It's looks fine. I've never been really one for XCOM style games after year one. After you showed me year one and I beat that, or beat the first little bit of that, I was like, this is fine, but I don't think this is my
Oh, you
style
know
of
what?
games.
You asked me if I've been playing anything else. Oh no, we already talked about it, the Alien one. I was playing the Alien one. Rather enjoyed that one. It's a beast of a game though. Like it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I've been playing any other ones recently.
Mm.
But that's kind of like slowly becoming like if they're done well, that's becoming more and more of like my game style.
The first
Um,
person wreck 'em ups.
no, well, you said it was like year one, right? So
Oh, XComs. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
XCOM.
the
Okay,
XCOM.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This one only
Um,
has a 61% on Steam.
I mean, you can argue that the Baldur's Gate 3 is one.
Yeah, very loosely, but yeah, it just adds in 5e elements with a little bit of excess freedom of movement. Because usually when you drop in XCOM, it's handle the mission, not you can walk wherever you want.
Yeah, it's like an open world one.
Neon Blood. It says that it only has a 61% positive on Steam. Don't know why, but I like its stylings. It looks pretty. Don't quite know what it was about. I looked at a couple trailers for this one. It seems like it's a noir detective storytelling one where you're trying to, of course, figure out either murder or thief or okay. Well, it looks to be an amnesiac turned back into a detective story. Yeah. Yeah. Ghost Runner. This game I like. This game I like a lot. If you like first person shooters and wanting a sword in it, this one's definitely a lot more fun than that. If you've ever played Shadow Warrior, this one, once again, way better than that. Uh, Fast. It is very freaking fast. It has 9.9 out of 10s or 8.7 out of 10s across the board. A lot of people are recommending it. I
I still
recommend
haven't
it.
played this one.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
hopefully you hop into it. It's very fast, but you get used to it very easily. Um, no, I have not talked about that, John. Sorry about ignoring you for a second. Um, RKGK or Rakugaki. This one was on my feed for a while. This one, I believe, is another one of these little beat 'em up style games. I want to say it's like a collectathon, but with cyberpunk elements. It looks fun. It looks very vibrant, but I have no clue what it is about. Um, very
Yeah, I don't know
hype.
this one.
Yeah, very hyper bomb rush. I like it, but I need more substance with my trailers because I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting frustrated with the game trailers that don't tell us what kind of game it is and stuff like that. I mean, this one at least showed some stuff, but like I'm noticing a theme with game trailers lately where it's like, hey, yeah, so here's the game, and I'm like, cool. You did not show us any element of the game. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, like I'm glad you're showing us costumes and gameplay, but is there which store? It's oppression. Okay, well, of course we want to go against oppression, but who?
Well, not even, I mean that as well, but like I've seen a lot where they don't even show you like you can't tell if it's a roguelite, you can't tell if it's an MMO, you can't tell
Oh,
like so on and so forth. I'm just like, hello, can we see
yeah,
the game?
yeah. Neon Blood gave us gameplay, but I still had no idea what it was after that. But good news, I know what kind of game this is because I've played it. Neon Abyss, a pretty dang good roguelite game that has a very interesting shadow engine. I really fascinated by this game. I play it pick it up every now and again. I have it downloaded on my Steam, so that way I just pick it up and play. Doing a run is super quick, simple, easy. Using a mouse and or a controller is interchangeable. You can use either one. Fantastic game. I give it a 10 on 10 for what it does. It gets updates too. So if there's an update recently, it'll probably add some really cool upgrades or even new characters. Another game that I've played a little bit of, Black Future 88. Another,
Yeah, we're like swing and a miss on these from me.
yeah, another roguelite, but with a bit more faster gameplay than Neon Abyss. This one's a bit more rough for me. I playing this, I was like, oh, I was expecting it to be like Neon Abyss, but no, this one's a lot more of a struggle to get through. I would rather go and play Neon Abyss over this one. It's fun, it's fine, the music is great, but sometimes there are things off screen shooting at you and you can't see that. Neon Abyss does that, but
That's
with
fucking
little
annoying.
with alert things saying incoming. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot better. So instead of Black Future, play Neon Abyss. And then for only $5, if you only put $5 into this bundle, you get one of my most favorite games of all time, the Red Strings Club. Where
Were
you
we just talking about this?
We sure were. 2 weeks ago, we sure did. Where you play as a bartender helping out individuals that don't exactly know what to do with their lives. And you can construct them with the drinks that you serve them or the words that you share. And you can do some pottery. You can change your music. Oh, pixelated dong, cool. But there is a lot you can do in this game that shapes the literal story. There are so many endings that can be molded in this. Um, but it's always good to keep an ear out for particular bits and pieces. I fell in love with this game a long time ago. There's still endings I haven't reached. I may go back through it again just to get through this, but it's a damn fine game, 100%. And this helps out the Experience Studios, which is a black-led, Oakland-based 501c3 that provides professional entrepreneurs in the video game industry opportunities to become successful and build self-sustaining businesses. And they make sure that everyone is included in this very inclusive studio. And all of
Nice.
it, I think, is for $14. Yeah. And then lastly, I'm gonna very briskly go through this because this is probably the biggest Hellboy Expanded Universe 2025 bundle that I have ever seen. So we've talked about the Hellboy Universe mega bundles or just the Hellboy books bundles. Well, this one's all of the Hellboy books as well as the extra stuff. As I don't even think BPRD is in this. Yeah, BPRD is not a part of this one, but it may be a part of the Mega Bundle. So it gives you the Hellboy Universe Mega Bundle, which talks a lot about it, and it gives a shit ton, over $300 worth in just that alone. Hellboy in Love, Hellboy in Mexico keeps going down into Koschei, the Deathless, and Koschei in Hell. It goes further down into the British Paranormal Society, Frankenstein Underground, goes further into Rasputin, the voice of the dragon, Panya, the Mummy's Curse. Beautiful covers, I might add.
Those are some
Uh,
amazing covers. I really
uh,
like the black one.
yeah, Rise of the Black Flame, Sledgehammer of 44, Sword of Hyperborea, Tales of the Outerverse, uh, one that looks kind of very Dr. Seuss, but very interesting. The Visitor, How and Why He Stayed. Um, and then Giant Robot Hellboy and the House of Lost Horizons. A lot of these books are really breathtaking covers. $30 gets you the entirety of this entire thing. So if you are a fan of the BPRD or even just Hellboy, holy fucking shit, this is going to be the bundle for you. It helps out World Central Kitchen, which is pretty basic and simple, gets food to places that need food, as well as long-term programs that help the ecosystem thrive in getting local food sources back in their mix. And with the tariffs going on, I wouldn't be surprised if they were overloaded with trying to get food into a lot more sustainable areas. John
Oh, yeah, I would
S.,
not be surprised by that at all.
is this like the Hellboy universe? This is pretty much the entirety of the BPRD and Hellboy
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, this is a bunch of that. I mean, there are a few things that aren't in here, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's
like,
a lot to read, and then you can hunt down what's left afterwards.
yeah, like the actual BP. Well, I don't know what's in. Oh, here we go. Okay, well, in this, let's see. So Hellboy and the BPRD, 1952, 53, 57. So they do have some bits and bobs of the BPRD in here. They even have some of the Abe Sapien stuff. So some of the stuff before you see the very first Hellboy movie. So cool. Crimson Lotus, I heard, was another really good one to get through. But even as I said, $30 for this entire set, well worth it. Fantastic. But we had a couple award things pass by us, and first one was the BAFTA Game Awards. I sat and I listened and kept my ear out to it. I pulled it over and watched the Bellatro take the win for best debut game, and the conversation that Ben Starr had popped up with how he was basically taking the words of, I forget the creator's name, but he was taking the creator's words and kind of strewing them in a comedic way by also saying that indie games are the lifeblood of the gaming industry. Keep making games. Play the other games that were in this category. Play Animal Well, which inspired. And Astro Boy swept for best animation, audio achievement, best game, best family game, best game design. And I believe that was the last one for that one. Yeah, that was the last one for that one. But all across the board, they swept. Game Beyond Entertainment, Tales of Kenzera Zao, the one that was done by Critical Role, they won for that. Best Evolving Game, Vampire Survivors won that one, which I was surprised that Final Fantasy XIV Online didn't take it, but I'm not kicking that one out of bed. Fantastic.
That's not a new game, though. I don't know why it's on this list.
Because it's still evolving. I mean, I'm curious why Diablo 4
Oh, sorry,
is on here.
I missed that part. My bad.
Oh, it's okay. But Diablo 4 is on here.
Debut game above it, and I thought that's what we were talking about. I was like,
oh,
that doesn't make sense.
it doesn't. But I got mad when I saw Diablo 4 on here. I was like, you guys don't even deserve a spot. But anyways, I'm glad that Vampire Survivors won. How is Final Fantasy 14 still a thing? Expansions.
They just brought it to console.
They just brought it to console. They just added a Dawnwalker, their latest DLC, and they have one more coming out in October. So I mean, they're always evolving that game, and they still have it free to play up to level 30 with your first character. So I mean, you can play the game for free. Check it out before getting the payment thing. A weird subject on it, but I get why. Best British game.
I mean, it is the BAFTAs.
It is the BAFTAs. But, I was just, okay. Thank goodness you're here. A really good storytelling game. Best Artistic Achievement, Neva won over Astrobot, which made me very happy. Because Neva is a very beautiful, colorful game. I should get around to playing that one. Further down, I'll be talking about the Fellowship Award, which only one person gets every year, and I'll explain in 1 second. Nothing really much else. For Best Narrative, Metaphor of Fantasio, and Helldivers 2 for Best Music and Multiplayer. And I believe that was pretty much it. Good across the board. Everyone deserved to win that one. Now going over to the Fellowship Award. Yoko Shimomura. You'd probably know her as the one who made Kingdom Hearts' dearly beloved song that you hear. She was also known for many other songs that everyone wouldn't really understand.
You keep saying was. Is she still with us?
Is. Oh, yeah, she's still with us. Yes.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm saying was as in the games that were made.
Yeah.
I'm putting in the.
I was like, hold up. What did I miss?
She's still alive. She's still making good soundtracks because she has also made Street Fighter 2's Guile's theme. The she also has done a lot of work for Final Fantasy 15, a lot of work for I knew I was gonna get quizzed on this. Super Mario RPG back in the day, and Legend of Mana. That was the other one that I forgot. She's done a lot of other JRPGs and other Kingdom Hearts games. Anything that involves a lot of dashing waves and otherwise. She says music is her entire life, and she has no want or need to look at the art that she has made. Just give me the rises and falls of what this character or what this is supposed to emote, and clearly she did amazing with Dearly Beloved, as probably one of the more notable soundtracks from Kingdom Hearts, aside from probably Endless Marching, but Kingdom Hearts has just great music across the board. Remember to hydrate. Bud Doop. All right.
Yeah, hydration.
Yep. It's good to stay high. Yeah, it is very important, especially if you're in a place that has just heat.
There's no AC.
There's no AC. Time to talk about something really weird before we get into some cool stuff. Now,
I mean, we already have pixelated penises. How much weirder can this get?
well, how about, you know how Ronaldo is going to be in Fatal Fury? Well, now they introduced a DJ I've never heard about.
Well, I've never heard about him, but I also don't know DJs, so there's that.
That's fair. So, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, of course, has Ronaldo, the soccer player, and his kit's already out. They introduced Ganassi? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Salvador Ganassi. And they had a trailer where they go head to head, and this man tries to be intimidating to Ronaldo. And I'm like, this man couldn't be any less intimidating if he tried. Meanwhile, Ronaldo, with just looking back, looks freaking intimidating. But I was looking forward to Ronaldo in the game. His kit looked fine. The DJ, not so much.
Every time you say fine like that, I'm like, it's not fine.
It's better than it was back in the early Fatal Fury, so I will say that. The other cut is they have a boxing match between two boxers that also had a bunch of influencers make a trailer for it. It was very goofy, very wacky, very Fatal Fury. And so I was like, cool, they have a boxing match April 26th in London to help promote the game. They have arcade cabinets all across the walls that are going to be playing Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, and other Fatal Fury games. And I'm like, you know what? That's a really cool venue architect that they had, where they have arcade machines on the walls and a boxing ring in the middle. That just seems like a really cool place to watch boxing. Even still, SNK is making some interesting choices with their characters in this game, but I'm still hyped for it. It's just I may not purchase it at day one. We'll see. But dude,
purchases it immediately day one.
it's a good fighting game. The beta was really fucking good.
Yeah. I haven't experienced anything on it.
Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be getting the final patch. Oh wait, it already did, and everybody is loving it. However, there are a few bugs that have already made it to light, and so with this content one, there's some builds that I have caught wind on both TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and so soon we'll hopefully get those ironed out, because with this final patch, it's just the final content patch. They are still working on all of the bug fixes and otherwise for the next,
yeah,
I believe,
and bugs will happen.
Yeah, for the next foreseeable, I believe they said 2 years, they're going to be working on all the bugs that are appearing on their table, while also working on their next project.
Dude, if they were to make a Star Wars version of this, I'm telling you, I would be all fucking over it. I'm already all over this. Like, you give me a Star Wars game done the way this was done, take my fucking money. I'll spend $70 on that game.
Right. Did you play KOTOR?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never played the sequel.
Oh, KOTOR 2 is much more faster, much more easier to kind of get into. Okay. I was going to say just kind of mod KOTOR, but it doesn't have mods on the Xbox.
Yeah, but also why can't we have a modern game that's given this much love, you know?
You're right. You are correct. And hopefully Larian's next project,
I mean, this is clearly a modern game, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
A modern Star Wars game.
Yeah. A modern take with this stuff with Star Wars. Yes. I would like that too. Probably would get me more into Star Wars than I already am. But I'm happy that they're also keeping their animation area open, because they, of course, put a 4-minute long trailer for their final patch talking about all the extra stuffs and stuffs that is going to be included with it.
I love the way Karnak's drawn.
Yes. Early on in this trailer, she also grills food on her abs. Yeah, she grills food on her abs. as one does. Go and watch this little cute little trailer. I'm not sure if the music's content matched, so I'm not gonna play any of it. But
Fair.
go and check out Baldur's Gate 3, the final patch. It's an animated short, 4.5 minutes long. It's entertaining if you want to know what they included into it, as well as take a quick brisk look at the characters if you've never played Baldur's Gate 3. Now it's time for me to get angry. Clap hands together. Bungie has been working on Marathon, which does not look like the original Marathon, but it looks fine. I watched both the full 8 minute and 43-second long cinematic short story trailer and a lot of the gameplay where a lot of Twitch streamers or other streamers were playing the open alpha, or closed alpha, I should say. And the game made me feel like they could have put this charm, put this etiquette in Destiny, but they did not. So I found it a bit lacking because I was like, this could have been Beyond Earth. Honest to God, this could have been what Beyond Earth was about, because you go through a tech base, and I'm like, this could have been Braytech the whole time. And then the gunplay, the jump jets, I was like, okay, all this looks cool. There's a healing mechanic that's very similar to Apex. I was like, okay. They showed off elite enemies because they're going to have those drop in after you do quote unquote looting. And then they also showed other players having a ping on you, so that way you have to also fight other players. It seems fine. It seems like a nice little what I like to call extraction shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish that
I'm
this
kind of I'm kind of getting burnt on the always online games.
Yeah, even Monster Hunter Wilds requires you to be online even if you want to do single player, just so that way
Like,
your achievements update effectively.
I mean, that's dumb, but whatever. But I mean the ones where it's like, the whole concept of the game is like we build it for you to play. Like the fact that it's so difficult to play Destiny 2 solo
Yeah,
is annoying.
I mean there are of course people that do it and people that can do it, but
Yeah,
it's just dumb that
it
you'd have
took
to,
me forever to beat what's her face, but I did it.
you know,
Savathun. That was what's
yeah.
her face.
Now it's her sister, and it's even more weird. Like even the story, like there, I was gonna talk about the upcoming seasonal change to whatever the next season is gonna be. I honestly, as soon as this year is done, I'm done. I honestly can't see spending any more money on a game that is just all cosmetic and all flair, but no story relevance. And they brought back Oryx again. I'm like, cool. Oh, Oryx is angry at Savathun, and Savathun now
Yeah,
holds the light again.
I haven't spent money on that game in years at this point. I think Savathun was the last thing I bought.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, having Prismatic was great. Prismatic was a fantastic subclass, but the next year would have to promise something so big, so spectacular, that it would have to pretty much evolve the entire game. But doing that, you might as well just build a new game. And then I point at Marathon and be like, fine. You keep building that? Maybe. I'm not going to purchase this. I'm definitely not going to be buying this. This better come out in a place where I can get it very inexpensive or free. Because I'm not giving Bungie any money. They don't deserve that shit. So we'll see what more from Marathon. It looks fine, but it looks very cluttered and oddly vibrant for what it is. But I've been on and off with Fortnite for a while, but I'm happy to see that they're even still getting strange collaborations, such as Adventure Time hopping in and showing off Finn, Jake, Princess Bubblegum, and Marceline.
Those actually
And
look really good,
they
but
look
I
pretty
don't do
good.
this.
Yeah. A lot of the Jake Mobile and then the emotes. Good stuff. Fantastic stuff. And also Sabrina Carpenter. This one was actually in the rumor mill, so we're pretty okay with her. I only know one song from her. I don't exactly know her music, but
Yeah, I
I'm
don't really know her, but good on her for hitting that level of popularity.
yeah. happy that
Being able to sell
she,
your brand that way.
yeah, and a couple of her songs also popped onto the Jam Tracks area of it, so that way you can do it in the Fortnite Festival and play it through their Guitar Hero clone. So, I mean, hooray. Speaking of collaborations, $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. So, about $15.
This is the first time in a while I've gone, shit, I might need to update Call of Duty.
And, I mean, as mentioned, for $15, you can get the Jay and Silent Bob
no, it's more than $15.
It's more than 50. I thought with
because it's COD points, and the price point it's at, you can't buy. You have to either overbuy or underbuy, and then buy another small package.
oh
No matter what, you have to spend more than 15.
oh. Well, even still, happy to see Jay and Silent Bob in a Tracer pack. There were rumors through the rumor mill, but Quincy, you said you saw the imaging of Blunt Man and Chronic.
I thought I did. I mean, it could have been a fan mock-up, but I swear I thought I saw it.
Gotcha. I hope that it is, because Blunt Man and Chronic would also make an interesting one. They should have waited, honestly, a couple more days to 420 and had it drop on, well, Weed Day.
Yeah, they should have.
But the happy that it's here before that instead of after. They do a nice little rap sesh, and then the guns that they get with them are weed decorum as one does.
I mean, it's Jay and Silent Bob.
It is Jay and Silent Bob still in front of the shop.
And it's funny because Kevin Smith talks about how he's surprised that Jay and Silent Bob are still popular because they're just a Cheech and Chong knockoff. And who did we get before Jay and Silent Bob? Not like right, but we got in Call of Duty before Jay and Silent Bob.
That Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong.
And I'm curious what other weed aficionados are going to be popping in then.
Well, we already have Snoop Dogg.
I mean, we do have Snoop Dogg, and he's also in Fortnite.
I think we have Snoop Dogg in this, don't we?
Yeah, we do. He's in both.
Yeah.
Dupe.
Seth Rogen.
Nah.
Imagine getting killed by that.
Just you hear, like, on shipment, you just hear 5 of those laughs. No, I would lose my mind. On Ark Survival Ascended, the sequel, they have a little event every Easter, and it is the Excellent Adventure. And what you do is you go and find eggs, bring them back, and have a spin at a very specific wheel that is very inexpensive to make using your tech tree. Little dodos and Galapagos, or whatever the small ones are, get little bunny ears, and you can capture them, and when you capture them in that state, they keep the ears permanently there from there on out, I believe. You can build little flower crowns for your other creatures, rabbit suit, sheep suit, bunny ears, and other various cosmetics. This one seems to be a bigger, more advanced overhaul for Ark, because before it was just the ears for the dodos and the glops, bunny ears for yourself, a bunny suit for yourself, and maybe like a treasure area. This one seems to be a big advanced overhaul for Ark, so I'm actually very happy to see Ark is improving on their events by adding so much. Oh, and you can even build
the new one, right? This is the new, yeah.
And
okay.
I will admit, it looks fucking good. The way that they painted this trailer, I said this actually looks really good. It is available for free through Game Pass, so if you have Game Pass, you can definitely hop into this one.
And a billion kajillion gigabytes.
I believe it is 110 at last check, but then again, with the update, hard to tell.
Games are getting too big, man.
Games are getting a little too big, but at the same time, gotta cram all that content in, I guess. This will drop, I believe, yesterday. No, on the today. It dropped today. And it will be going for 3 weeks. Badoop. We talked about this game before it had the slight name change. Same name, different spelling. It went from Mouse with a Z to Mouse, M-O-U-S-E. The PI for hire first-person shooter with a very cartoony, spaghetti art style. And they've added a couple new guns. And they really wanted to throw a lot of D's nuts jokes in there. So interesting choice. So the Cool D's cold steam applier, the Clean D's automatic turpentine cleanser for those people that are made of ink, and the Mind D's self-aware attitude changer. The first one being, it's like the freeze ray from Duke Nukem, where you freeze them and then you give them the big boot, cracks them up. The Clean D's, which kind of melts anything, as I said, made out of ink. And then the Mind D's, which work on things that have minds, so the non-robotic types, I would assume.
So are you telling me one of these is essentially Dip from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes. Here, I'll even show a little bit of the how it does it, and it just melts them. There.
Oh my god. That's fucked. I love it.
Yeah, and they said they want to make this game as raunchy as possible while still sticking to the spaghetti art style. So I'm here for it. They said this may hop into early alpha or early access very soon, but no date yet.
Okay.
All right, ready to get some.
Well, at least they keep giving us updates. That's nice.
Oh yeah, I thought this game had been in fucking developer hell, but nope. I'm right there with you. I'm very excited to see more from this game. Ready to get a little dark? Doom: The Dark Ages has
medieval.
A little medieval. Doom: The Dark Ages has an official limited edition collection from Microsoft, featuring a wrap and 2 controller skins, and goddamn, they look good. I kind of want that one. I didn't show you this one until now. Hopefully, the stream will catch up soon. Yeah.
Oh no, I want that one.
Yeah, I want that one too.
Oh my god, that one's so much cooler. How is that going to be like a $60 controller?
Yeah, it's gonna be an $80 controller.
Oh fuck!
I also really like the buttons. They also replaced the buttons.
Oh, this controller is fucking awesome, dude.
Yes, sir.
Shit, I might have to budget for this.
Okay. Yeah, you can get it early at the Microsoft Store. Good news about all that. The number 1 controller looks fine. The wrap looks pretty cool. I do like it. If it had a way of powering, like having like a USB cover that gave like a hub, that would have been cooler. This looks fine. I like it. It looks Picasso. But we're gonna go even more limited edition. 666 copies of Doom and Doom 2 Will It Run Edition, either through Switch, PS5, Xbox, and PC. I believe each one gets 666 copies over at limitedrun.com or limitedrungames.com. So, the Will It Run Edition is, of course, the joke is you can play Doom and or Doom 2 on pretty much anything that has a little bit more of an electrical current above 2 core processing. Cool.
A potato.
A potato runs it really well, actually. A microbe runs it just 1 frame every, I think it's 6.5 minutes. So it does run it, but not very well. But it does run. They have a little handheld cacodemon with easy to press buttons and cutesy little I believe it's 18 by 18 graphics. I'm not 100% on that. But even the box that it is carried in has it to where it plays Doom 2, I believe with all the DLC additives, such as Sigil 2, which is to be dropped on the same day, 2 USB ports so that way you can plug in a keyboard and mouse, and a floating cacodemon with a base so you can have the cacodemon spin on the little plate, and underneath the plate I believe is the icon of Sin. It has a 4 cassette tape soundtrack with a slipcase, which who really owns cassettes anymore, or a cassette player? But I guess it's a good throwback. It's a very good throwback.
You can go to any thrift store or record store, things like that. For the most part, and find them.
That's fair. And then a 5-pack of limited edition trading cards with a chance to get an autographed Cacodemon rookie card, and those ones are super cute, super adorable. As I said, limited to 600 copies, 666 copies at the really understandable price of $666.66. I'm actually very excited to play Sigil 2. Sigil 2 looks like it's going to be hella fun. I played Sigil, the first one, on Doom 1. It's fine. I miss the super shotgun. Like, Doom 2 adding the super shotgun makes that fucking game And it took me 25 years to beat Doom 2. But
I mean, not like consistently playing.
oh, not consistently playing. No, on and off for the 25 years. It's the map, the Chasm. I've never beat it without cheating, and it you have to walk on a thin, tight rope, and you mess up, you have to start back from where you last save, and it's just a mess. I played a little bit of demo from the Triple I Initiative Showcase, which is an indie showcase which showcases a lot of really new indie games that haven't really had much time to build their audience. And this one here was one of the more popular ones. They showed me a little bit of this on Twitter. I lost my fucking mind. Clover Pit, where it mixes a little bit of Balatro with Inscription or Buckshot Roulette, I guess. The art style is very
I see
gritty.
so many people streaming Buckshot Roulette on TikTok.
It's a fine game, but it's very bland in its push because all it is just, does it have a blank or a real one? I don't know. I'm gonna drink this beer and just fucking rack one. Okay, well, that was the live round. On to the next. It's fine, but not my cut of game. However, this one is interesting in a sense that you can have particular builds toward one of the classic, I guess, marks of what a slot machine is: the cherries, the bells, the diamonds, the sevens, the coins, the clovers, or the lemons. And you can put builds wrapped around those to see them more. And then after a certain point, a new symbol appears, and if you get 3 of those symbols, the 666, you lose all your money. And then it begins to, what do you build for? Getting rid of that or aiming to get more of a certain build? It goes wild. And there's also little Easter eggs in this little building you're in. And I found it very interesting. I still have yet to fully beat it, but I almost got there. I was like 1,000 short from getting the finale. I hope to see more from this one, because what they gave in the demo was, I believe, a little under 50 items. They said that there's going to be at least 180 items on the full release. So, a big content upgrade for purchasing the full game. Speaking of content upgrades, did you ever play Katana Zero?
I've heard of Katana Zero. I don't think I've played Katana.
Okay, I believe it's still on Game Pass. I hope it hasn't left. But I recommend this one full-handedly because it is very fast, very vibrant. Music is stellar, 10 on 10. They are going to give us a free LC, a full chapter, which is, I believe, a little bit smaller than the base game for Katana Zero. And it has a little bit of Old West theme to it. And I really liked its cover art. I am excited. This was heavily unexpected. When I saw this during the showcase, I didn't quite know what I was looking at. I was like, I've never been on this map. Oh, this is all new. Oh, we're getting a fucking free DLC. Or I thought it was just a paid DLC, but when it said free on this date, I said, oh! Let me get rid of this ban evasion person. Go away. Nobody asked you. There we go. Sorry, I had a
I
ban
love how
evasion.
we're always sought out for those, it seems.
For the bots?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. If I wanted to buy my viewers, I would have a long time ago, but I don't want to do that.
I would sell my soul for a Frito chip at this point, but you're not getting my money.
Right. So, good news, when you do decide to play Katana Zero, you now have more content to play.
Nice.
Did I get a date for this? I think it's still coming. I don't think they have the date. No, it just said still coming. But there's the cover of it. It looks fantastic. They even have the artist that put this together. They even have their Twitter and Blue Sky right below the image, so that way they can get their
Very good.
rep. I love outsourcing art and then crediting the artists. It's fantastic.
That's what we need.
Let's do another depressing story.
No.
All right.
Crocs?
Not yet. Not yet. We're not at the shoe news yet. But it's worse than Crocs, actually. So, Quincy and I played a little bit of a beta a long time ago, and we didn't like it. We
Did
didn't
not like it.
we did not have fun with it, and I didn't. It asked me for a report afterwards saying, "Hey, did you enjoy it?" I said, "I'm not filling this shit out. I have no want." Apparently, it's gotten some content upgrades and a lot more
Should
places to
probably actually
go.
say what it is.
No, I'm gonna wait until it gets to a weird point. Oh, never mind. This isn't the trailer that has a weird point, I think. Oh, yeah, no, this isn't the one that has a weird point. Skull and Bones, the Ubisoft Clash. I don't know why they decided to continue the production of this game. I don't even know the numbers of this game,
I
but
mean, when you sink so many years into it and rebuild the game twice, yeah, I guess you have to, right? But no, they rebuilt
sure.
it once, right? They built
They're
the whole thing, went back and kept changing shit, then shit canned the whole thing and started from the ground up.
yes.
Yeah.
And I will admit it looked pretty. It looked fantastic. It looked spectacular, one would say. But the gameplay just wasn't fun. Hopping on land and then just kind of dragging your heels around, picking up quests or picking up materials. It didn't feel like a game. It felt like doing chores. And then hitting the open sea, doing a sea battle was fine. Not Black Flag fine, but it was fine.
Which was the whole reason they made this.
Yes, and if it had combat like Black Flag, I think it would have been a little bit better. I don't know, it may have been cleaned up judging from how a boat opens up like a fucking mech. Hold on, I saw a boat open up like it had wing. Yeah. Like it opens up like this. Like what the fuck are you doing? I don't know what all this opening of its wings. Is it for ramming? I don't know.
I think it's like breaking.
Oh, like a hard break? Okay, I can see that. Buffs are more visual on ships now. If you're buffing up a ship, you now see little particle effects around your ship. It's cool, I guess. Um, the mastheads look cool. It looks fine, but I'm worried that it's still gonna play the same.
Probably.
Yeah. So they are starting off their year 2 with season 1 because they are wanting to do a seasonal launch type of continuous. What do they fucking call them?
Of course they are.
Marketability structure, and it starts off, I believe, on the yesterday, yeah, year 2, season 1, Ascent into Chaos.
I'm actually really happy I got into the beta for this because it saved me $50.
Yeah, yeah. This was not good. This was not good at all. But something for the mobile that is excited, well loved, unexpected, and very interesting that people want it elsewhere. Sonic Rumble is going to be released on mobile phones very shortly, I believe May 8th, for the iOS, Android, Google Play games. Oh, and PC Steam. That changed. Okay, cool. So now you'll be able to play Sonic Rumble through this. A nice little co-op Mario Party-esque game where everyone's playing together but also against each other. It looks very arcadey, very chibi. The art style is very simplified, very crush. I might download this and take a look at it just because I've been dying for a good Sonic game in the recent times, and I didn't want to buy Frontier, so this might be it.
I heard Frontier was really good though.
I heard it was good too, but I didn't want. I wanted original Sonic, so something a little blast of the pasty. I might check out Frontier. I don't know. It's on sale. Fucking Steam is having a Sega sale. Yes.
Nice.
Last up on the game stuff. Welcome to Brightville, a very interesting game that really quickly reminded me of both Dishonored and BioShock kind of mixed into one with a little bit of, as you mentioned, cyberpunk.
Yeah, a little bit of Cyberpunk, a little bit of Dishonored, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, the only downside I think both Quincy and I had is this is a little bit dark, but as
And
BioShock,
I'm blind,
yeah,
but I
same.
also have the ability to adjust the settings. So
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to adjust it to get a little bit more. And seeing as we are now in the age where HDR exists, you can buff it up to where if you can't see lines, it buffs it up for that particular area.
Yeah, it's like it's to the point where like I even have to turn it up on horror games, and everyone's like that ruins the horror. Yeah,
I can't see.
literally not being able to see it.
Yeah. But I am actually kind of excited for this. This is alpha gameplay. It is very early. They showcase that there is a physics engine where you can kick the heads of the creatures you defeat around. This definitely gives Bioshock vibes, like heavy with the signs that are just so bright and vibrant. Very Victorian era light bulbs kind of dimming around. I really enjoy this fucking area. I hope to see more gameplay from this game. I hope to see some actual weaponry in the near future if there's going to be weaponry. I see this like magic cast of this purple spike. Gave me infamous Second Son vibes, but as I said, I'm very excited to see more of this.
Looks very interesting.
Praised be our master, grant us new flesh. Those are words you want to hear. Any other gaming things, Q?
Doesn't at all sound satanic.
That's fair. Any other gaming things?
I don't think so. I'm hoping by next episode I can give a review on was it South of Midnight? Was
South
that?
of Midnight, yeah.
Yeah, I have it installed. I just was really busy last week, and then with work, and then I shot straight into vacation, and I wasn't taking a console with me to do a game review.
That's fair. I've also been playing some things such as Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, which is very Jet Set Radio, Tripang Square, which is an interesting first person that I haven't had that much fun playing a first person in a while, but that was very militaristic first person, and I've been playing a lot of Wilds. I'll probably hop back into Wilds because there's a new event that just dropped yesterday. So remember, check your weeklies.
Oh yeah, I gotta check mine.
Yeah. First shoe news we have here is Nike observes Jackie Robinson Day with a special edition Cortezes, giving up the number 42 on the back of the shoes. In a very nice classic white with a black swoosh, almost like an eggshell white, I would say. These ones will be dropping yesterday at $100 for these. I don't know if they are going to be limited edition, but even still, they look really good. I do like the I don't want to say it's baseball fabric. What is what is this type of material used?
I don't know.
It's not exactly suede because suede is a little more soft, but it has that texture.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Well, even still, it's got a very interesting canvas-like material on the back end, and then on the top end, it has like a jersey fabric, and then the swoosh kind of cuts the difference between them.
I really like the 42 on the tongue.
I do too. And then you got the 4 on the back of one and the 2 on the back of the other, on the 4 on the left, 2 on the right. And then baseball stitching on the back as well. I didn't notice that until now. But even still,
those are very well done.
Mm-hmm. Next up, let's go to the weeb stuff. We have Converse working with Naruto Shippuden, the follow-up to the great Naruto. I'm not a big fan of Shippuden, but the fact that these both have the QB symbol and on the back it has false metal plating showcasing the Hidden Leaf Village on one and the Converse All-Stars on the other. This is weeb at its finest with also some comfort included. $80, and it also has Sasuke branded ones that have these big fuck off purple laces and a Sharingan. I believe that was the. Oh no, I take that back. There is more. There's Gara of the Sands. I did not notice these ones. Sadly, does not have the Sand Village plate on the back, but it does have some really nice canvas loops and the Gara symbol on the side. And that is it for that. Cool. Some shoe news I didn't realize that I had. I don't think you're going to be getting any of these, because were you a fan of Naruto?
No, I haven't done any Naruto or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one hasn't been a me thing.
Oh shit. Well, some more shoe news that I didn't know we had. Might as well start off the Crocs a little early. Atmos and One Piece has a collection. Because Crocs may not sell them straight up, but good news, Atmos will. So they have the Gear 5 One Piece with very interesting looking gibbets. You know, I'm actually here for this. I know you're not because you don't like Crocs, but
No, not at all.
no.
This is horrid.
The eyes popping out and the tongue waggling as the Gear 5 Spirit of Liberation Luffy Crocs have been released. That's not bad. And it is a limited time release. I'm glad that I actually popped on this. Running from the 19th to the 20th of April. So be sure to get on these if you happen to be a One Piece fan and want some very comfy Crocs that have interesting looking gibbet.
Well, technically not Crocs.
Technically not Crocs. Well, I thought they did a handshake. Yeah, One Piece Crocs collection comes exclusive.
Oh, okay, they are Crocs? Okay.
Yeah, they are Crocs. But they're exclusive to the Atmos Con. So I don't know if this I don't even know if this will be available online. Badoo. Nike and Kool-Aid. Oh yeah. Unexpected, but okay. I mean, I'm here for it. Having the Kool-Aid Man on the tongue, busting through the tongue, and having some very vibrant colors from a pink to a yellow for the strawberry lemonade, and a blue to black for the blue raspberry. And then there is a cherry to pink for the strawberry lemonade version, which I like a little bit more because both of those match. The strawberry lemonade, or no, what was the... I don't know what the red... Oh, mixed berry is the red to pink. I'm sorry. But even...
These are all fun, and I feel like they're going to be popular with basketball players because basketball players can have like some pretty fun-looking shoes.
That they do. One of the... I believe it was Steph Curry had Naruto sneakers that were one-of-a-kind made.
Nice.
So, they're huge. They're almost all of the sneakerheads are huge weebs also, so it's good that they're building more of those. This is fun.
Kind of funny how that happens, right?
On the back of the tongue, back of the left it says "oh," and on the back of the right it says "yeah." I really like how vibrant these ones are, but once again, the same issue that I have with all these vibrant shoes. Why don't we have glowing shoes?
Yeah, that's a fair question.
We need more adult glowing shoes. That's a problem. $130, and they will be available on May 16th via Sneakers and SNKRS. Badoo. Speaking of Crocs and having a bad day, Eeyore is featured in this runabout of future releases for Crocs, where this is the first of 4 Winnie the Pooh styled ones, but Winnie is not a part of it. It is, I believe, Eeyore, Kanga, Roo, and Piglet are going to be the first 4 for the Winnie the Pooh set. Hopefully Winnie the Pooh gets added later on. I do like the fact that they are fuzzy gibbets for his hair and ears and his little eyes. And his tail also has a gibbet in the back.
If that thing doesn't constantly fall off and just piss you off, then it doesn't make sense.
No, I think it's actually bolted on, but I actually find it very adorable that it is there.
Not much of a tail, but I'm kind of attached to it.
Yep. $70 for the adult size, $60 for the children's. Excited to see the mock-ups for the rest of them. Oh wait, there's more. These ones have lights embedded in them for the coins and the stars, and I found it a little taxing that they didn't make this an adult size. Super Mario, where you have Mario doing a bunch of jerks everywhere. Super Mario's on, of course, one side, and it is surrounded in a border of coins and stars that light up with every footstep. Ooh, pardon me. It just looks like I don't want to say generic Mario, but it looks like you just went to Super Mario Land at Universal Studios. It doesn't look like anything too outrageous. It has some question mark blocks in the background, some of the hills, the bullet bills, the bullet bill launchers.
Yeah, they're a little tchotchke.
A little tchotchke with a little bit of trinket thrown in. And then, of course, there are the Super Mario gibbets that you're able to put on there, but they are sold separately, which I found a bit odd that they are sold separate. Uh, and of course, Crocs is holding a free shipping on all orders and up to 50% off the new spring items that have been selected, including the gibbets. For I want to say, yeah, they include everything. Some of the sports ones are half off. Some of the game controller ones are half off. Where is those gibbets that I saw? Oh, there's too many. Even still, go and check them out. They have a big old sale selection. But this is something I wanted to mention last week, but things arise. The Crunchyroll Anime Awards. You could have voted every single day to get the voting out, but I placed my vote a couple times, which they said, hey, do you want to have the same votes from yesterday roll onto today? And I said, yes. I did it a couple times. For
Nice.
Anime of the Year, Film of the Year, Best Continuing Series, must protect at all costs character, ending sequences, opening sequences, so on. And I placed my votes to the best of my ability to what I have seen. There are a few where I was a little off, such as Best Comedy. I, of course, voted for Delicious in Dungeon. I can tell maybe Spy X Family might take a little bit of it. Best opening sequence was another one where I was like, ooh, this one's going to be a tough one because there's a lot of really good opening sequences, such as Solo Leveling and the two songs done by uh, Creepy Nuts in Don Da Don
I'm sorry,
and
what?
Creepy Nuts.
Okay.
Yeah. So Creepy Nuts, a rapper that does really good songs. You probably heard the one done by Mashal, the bing bom bom bing bom bom bing bom bom bom. No, no.
Maybe.
You probably heard it through passing, but even still, they also did the Dun Da Dun one. Uh, he's a fantastic rapper, and Abyss was done by Youngblood. The closing was done by One Republic, I
Shit.
think, which was surprising for me
Hmm.
to hear that. So I was like, shit, these guys actually pulled out some good opening sequences. But I still voted, I believe, for. I think I voted for Otonoke for Dandadan. Even still, all of the categories that were out and about, you can choose the best score and so on. We have to wait now a whole month and a half, May 25th, for the Crunchyroll anime to pop up. But all of our votes are locked in. If you missed out, I apologize. Hopefully, you kept your eyes open for them. I hope
Yeah,
that.
see, I was getting emails from Crunchyroll about this, and I didn't check them, so I found out late. Plus, we had to miss last week's episode due to an error on my part.
That's fine.
So yeah, I did not vote, but I haven't seen most of these, so it's probably best that I didn't.
That's fair. I mean, people still vote on what they have seen because Best New Series, I think there was only three, four. I've only seen four of these and a little bit of Freyren. I'm not a big fan of Freyren. For those who cry heavily for Freyren, you guys enjoy that. You enjoy it for me. It's good animation, but the story seems very lackluster for people like me. I hope that Solo Leveling takes it though. But do. May 8th through May 11th, PAX East comes back to showcase a lot of tabletop games as well as a few other indies and AAA titles on the other side of the floor. PAX East will have most of the tabletop and card game style things, and we have a few really interesting guest stars to talk about, such as Ben Starr. You know him from Final Fantasy 16, the Balatro Clown, etc., etc. Alex Jordan, who plays Mr. Hands in Cyberpunk 2077, and it goes further into other individuals who are both comedians, charities, streamers, photographers, cosplayers, etc. Some people that are not on this list, a bit odd, but they have announced that they are going to be there for the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy collaboration. Kenny Omega and Adam Cole Bebe. I am super here for both of them opening up packs and Kenny geeking out over Final Fantasy and potentially probably getting a few probably super rare cards. I hope that there's a live stream where we can view this. I don't know if there will be, but I honestly hope that there's some video evidence of Kenny Omega at PAX East. But doop. Oh, Quincy, you'll need to come back for this one.
Oh, I'm back.
You're back. One of your favorite individuals, Elvira, is coming out with a cookbook. You threw this at me. Drops October 7th, 2025.
To be clear, she should be everybody's favorite individual. She's an icon.
She is an icon. Not my favorite individual, but I get why she is yours. How's your head?
Any complaints?
That's fair. A cookbook from hell. This Halloween, learn how to entertain like the mistress of the dark. I want to know some of the recipes that are in it already. Do we have anything from it?
I don't think so.
Oh, bummer. Well, hopefully there's going to be something that pops out in the near future as far as like a sneak peek of some of her recipes. She ages like a fine wine because like,
so so those are all stock. She doesn't dress up anymore. But yeah, there you go. Bottom left corner. There you go.
Yeah.
Her as Cassandra, her with the red hair instead of the black.
The big, I'm gonna call it top pump wig.
yeah, not sure what to call it.
But even still, I like Elvira, but alas, I'm not too big to call her my favorite.
I mean, she's just awesome across the board in my opinion.
She is. Oh yes. But
eventually, I intend to get her biography. She did read the audiobook for it.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
Also, for just in case anyone's listening to this and is also a fan of Elvira, she will be appearing as herself May 2nd through the 4th at Chicago's GalaxyCon.
She keeps doing all these conventions, but none of them are anywhere near me.
Yeah. One's in one of your favorite cities.
Well, the city itself's okay.
The city itself is okay. Yeah, the Cubbies, yes.
Or the sports team.
Yes. And last but not least, Little Caesars, you had told me that they had a pineapple Pepsi, and I said, huh?
I swear we talked about that.
I want to say we did, and it jarred me when I looked it up on my phone. It does ring a few bells, but I don't think we tried it, did we?
I think I did. I don't remember being all that impressed.
That's fair. This looks kind of impressive. The Mountain Dew Mango Rush. A blast of natural and artificial mango sweet heat flavor. I mean, Little Caesars with their hot and ready pizzas and a 16-ounce can of this might actually be a good combination.
I tried the stuffed pepper crust the other day.
What'd you think?
I still don't like stuffed crust, even if it's on a pretzel one.
That's fair. I just like their pretzel, and I'm not too big on
I like the pretzel too. I got a regular pretzel too, because there was more than one person eating. But yeah, I will just in the future stick to the regular pretzel crust.
Ooh, a endless summer zero sugar watermelon and I wonder confetti cakes. What?
There's too much fat person stuff.
There is.
I'm trying to lose weight, not gain more.
You mentioned this, and I kind of rolled my eyes at it. The cherry blossom matcha flavored cream Oreos. I've had cherry blossom stuff. I've had a lot of matcha stuff, and frankly, I don't see this working. I just. Apparently, you can register at oreo.com/cherry-blossom-matcha-thins, and you can get a free pack where you only pay the shipping for it. So this is a limited edition.
They themselves don't trust it to sell.
Yeah, if you're looking for it, and I mean, they're only available via sweepstakes with only 1,000 packs being made. So if this does interest you, by all means, go and enjoy those for both of us. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Get it quick.
You didn't tell me about this one, you son of a bitch. The Cheesecake Factory.
I mentioned that one.
Did you?
I said Cheesecake Factory has cookies. You said nothing. I scrolled on.
Oh, I didn't hear it then. Oh, because trust me, I would have been like, oh. So Cheesecake Factory does a lot of course, cheesecakes that are flavored like things, but they're not shelf stable. Cookies, on the other hand, are shelf stable, and better shelf stable. And getting a strawberry shortcake cookie from the Cheesecake Factory sounds like a really damn fine idea. Lemon raspberry, maybe. Peanut butter fudge ripple, I've never been too keen on fudge in my cookies. Triple chocolate fudge, maybe. Red velvet, classic down the middle.
My mother hates red velvet.
Really? It's just devil's food cake painted
Yeah.
red.
She does not like red velvet. I mean, maybe she just doesn't like devil's food cake. Maybe that's what it is.
And that's it for... Oh, let me get rid of that. And that's it for today. Oh, man.
That's a cool one. I didn't see the background at the start.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah.
I like that one. That one's good.
What sucks is the frame rate on my actual screen is perfectly fine, but streaming it just makes it all jittery and has a hard time. And it also has like particles too. Hang on, let me pull up the particle. Click change embers. And the embers make it look super fucking neat. It's just on the screen it looks all jittery, but I don't know if it looks jittery for you.
It didn't really look jittery until he did the embers.
Yeah.
It was very wavy, like his ears moving at a different pace, his face is moving and stuff like that.
Yeah. Whoever did this did like a water motif over it, and it kind of does like a weird wibbly wobbly, and then the arm has like a different rig set, I can tell. So there are bits and pieces where I'm like, ooh, his lips shouldn't be moving like that. But it's still a cool art piece. You can make it static too, I think. Oh, you can even add a blink. Let's see how we... Oh, that's a weird blink. No, you don't get to blink anymore. You lost your privileges. You can flip it. You can
Almost as bad as the Twilight baby.
Yeah, you can align it for otherwise, but alas, it is... Oh, wait, I can speed this. I can speed up 200. Oh, it makes him look like he's in a wave pool. Anywho.
Yeah, it's super wavy.
Anything else, Q?
I think that's it.
Right on. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Zenny's having a bit of a hard time getting promotions out, but they are still offering their buy 2 any frames, get free shipping. Remember to check out the...
Take advantage of. I have not been to the eye doctor.
That's also fair, because I think I have a coupon code for one person for 30% off, so I'll probably throw that your way if I have that one still available. Check out the good old Humble Bundle, help out some charities while also getting some cool swag in return, as well as maybe some kick-ass books from the BPRD universe. Check out Hero Forge. They are having a purchase anything worth $50, you get free shipping.
Nice.
Remember to check out Q on his socials. His what is your socials area again?
I'm on Threads. I have a
Threads.
Blue Skies. I haven't used it. I mean, I haven't really used the Threads either. I have an Insta. There's the TikTok, which can be pulled up under the show's name or my name. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist.
I got both your TikToks, the Cue Ball Collectibles and your main one. Yes.
Yeah. Which the main one I'm a little bit behind on, but has been Godzilla count.
Yes. Well, we'll catch up in time. I mean, Godzilla still has an attack, so that number still is going up, thankfully.
Yeah, I just haven't been posting as often because of the vacation.
That's fair. My stuff's on Twitter. I might change it back to Twitter because every time I go onto Blue Sky, I'm not getting anything new that I'm able to reblog with confidence. And meanwhile, I log into Twitter, first 5 posts are all bangers. So with what I've filtered on my Twitter, I'm able to go through and actually post and be happy with. I've blocked a lot.
I just don't like supporting the owner.
That's fair. I also don't like supporting the owner, but at the same time, I have an ad blocker, so get fucked.
That is pretty hilarious. So
yeah. So I mean, half of one, half a dozen of the other type shit.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
That's it. That's what the wife says. I'm very tired. Okay.
Feel you on that one.
All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with a. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please, for the love of God, love one another. It is definitely free to do. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.